Hey Reefers, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a bare bone system, or what I like to call a bare bone system, which is basically this aquarium right over here. This is our display aquarium in our LFS. This is our fish room. If you saw the unboxing video, it was done in here. This aquarium, to give you an idea, to give you some history on the aquarium, has been running for around 8 years. Okay, it has changed position twice, and in the first position change, we did change the glass box as well. We went from a 6-foot aquarium to this custom built aquarium, which is 1.4 meters by 600 by 550. So, the 6-foot just didn't quite fit in the store, so we downsized the aquarium to suit the store. And obviously, all the live rock and substrates and most of the media in our sump is the original media from when we first set the tank up 8 years ago. Okay, but to give you an idea, when we moved it 2 years ago was the last move. It was just almost 2 years ago. August 2020 will be 2 years ago. We did do a changeover with corals. So basically, some corals came from the old system, but a lot of the corals were frags and have grown out quite nicely. Okay, so to give you an idea, okay, so this is what, in my opinion, all you need to get started in the reefing game. Okay, it's not necessarily mean you don't have to get other equipment. This is the equipment that is needed to start. Okay, it's ideal to get yourself going. The rest of the stuff is nice to haves and just makes life a little bit easier. If you look at this system, this is completely bare bone. Okay, so we're going to take a little overlook at the equipment that's on this aquarium and running this aquarium. Now, bear in mind, like I said, this has been running for 8 years. I have changed a few things from the past to now, and it's always been a bare bones. I did have an automated dosing pump on here, but I've removed that. I mean, I find myself, I'm here every single day in the store and I dose manually. So I don't feel the need for a dosing pump. Yes, dosing pumps make life a lot easier, but sometimes it can fail and cause issues, and that's not the reason I don't have a dosing pump though. Like I say, I'm a hands-on sort of guy and I like to do the dosing myself and know that I've done it. Okay, so we're going to start off with the protein skimmer. The protein skimmer on this system is a Bubble Magus Curve 7, okay? From there, it's a reconditioned 3-foot standard aquarium that I've just added one buffer into it from the return and the main chamber. So my water flow comes down from my aquarium into my sump. This whole chamber here, there's a little bit of live rock in there, not too much. And then I do have a very high-tech basket bought from a plastic store where I've got Aquaforest's biofill. Okay, from there it overflows into my return chamber. From my return chamber, it returns back to the aquarium via a Jerboa DCP, I think is the 5000, yes, the 5000. It's a controllable pump, it works well. This particular pump has been with me now for 5 years with no issues at all, and it's not the high end of pumps available, and they work well and it's controllable, so you can put it into feed mode if you need to, and it's a nice to have little pump. You can go more high tech than that, but for 5 years, for what I paid for it, if I had to replace it every 5 years, it's worth its money. Okay, so then obviously that's the return, and then inside the tank itself I'm running 2 wave makers. Now these wave makers are the Rossmont wave makers. Unfortunately, Rossmont during COVID they didn't make it and they've closed down, but beautiful little pumps, they run well. I have had a problem with the controller, it's not on at the moment. The controller itself accidentally wiped out the memory while trying to put it onto feed mode. And now I'm battling to get it to connect back to my Wi-Fi, but at the moment the 2 pumps are just running at 100% and doing a marvelous job. Everything looks happy. Okay, so to give you an overrun of the corals in here, it is a mixed reef. I am a mixed reef fan, but I mean, like the zoas and the softies, they all grow pretty well. This is my softie section over here. It's where I keep my soft coral all sort of together. And then from there on, it's LPS and SPS coral throughout the rest of the tank. To give you an idea of growth that I've had in the system, that there is a Alcorn Monty. I put this in the tank when we moved it here. It was August 2020, and it was literally the size of maybe a 1 inch diameter, 2.5 centimeters diameter, and that's its growth in less than 2 years, which is, in my opinion, not bad. So the growth I'm getting from these corals is pretty substantial, and it's all done under a Q-Maven 2 6800. You know, they're a decent light. They're a great all-round mixed reef aquarium light. Yes, you can go a lot more fancy and get slightly better growth from it. I don't see the point if you want to get started. Those lights, those higher end lights are very nice to have. You know, I mean, I've been looking at the Neptune skies and those things. I think if I had to go for a upscaled light, I would probably go for 2 Neptune skies over the system, but I'm in for quite a big bang for buck there. Yeah, so with these lights, I mean, I'm getting great growth on my SPS. Yes, I don't have any very finicky acros in here. I do have a few acros. I have a small acro there and an acro on the side there. I have had 2 pieces over the last 2 years that got RTN, unfortunately, and there's nothing I could do. I tried fragging, and I do actually have one downstairs in my farm aquarium, which there's a little bit of life left in it. I did frag it up. Just hope that, you know, it does bounce back and I can bring it back up here and carry on growing it in here. But just to give you an idea, that is a bare bones system. I'm not running mechanical filtration. I've sort of stopped using, when I say mechanical filtration, I mean filter floss or filter roller. I've stopped using those over the past 4 years now. I don't know, it's a personal thing of mine. Every time I clean my filter roller or my filter sock, whichever I was using at the time, I was always dumping a load of pods. And the way I see it, it becomes a roadblock for my pods. Yes, I do maintain it otherwise. I do siphon the sump whenever I do a maintenance water change, as I'm not running water changes on the system at the moment. It's been 13 months now, no water changes, but I am running a full range of Aquaforest products on this aquarium. I'm a big Aquaforest fanboy. I mean, I moved over to Aquaforest, I said in one of my previous videos, about 2 years ago, and it was one of the best moves I've done. Easy to use product, and I've had great success from it. So in this aquarium now, I'm running the Aquaforest components 1+, 2+, 3+. I'm running the Nitrophos minus. I'm running the amino mix, the vitality, the build, and the energy. And as well as that, I do use phosphate minus when needed. I do find at the moment my phosphates have been behaving themselves. My phosphates are bouncing between 0.03 and 0.07, and as long as they're staying underneath the 0.1 mark, I'm quite happy with that. And as well with nitrates, they seem to be leveling out at about the 1 to 2 mark. So I am happy with that. If they go a bit lower than that, I do stress out a bit, and I would look at dosing nitrates into the aquarium. But at the 1 or 2 mark, everything is happy. I'm happy with that. Please guys, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. It really does help us grow, like I say. And if you want to look back on episode 3 of setting up a marine aquarium, we do discuss the equipment in more depth. And yeah, so like I say guys, happy reefing until next time. Cheers.